Good Arvo, mates. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. We've got Julian O'Shea. Why Australian crosswalk buttons are the best. And I guess Billie Eilish is in here somewhere. Seems like a simple enough video. I kind of like weird little things like this, like how to design something. Hey, I'm trying to talk here. How to design something to be the best or whatever, you know, some little idiosyncrasy. I'm curious, you know, it caught my attention. I've talked way too much, let's see.
When you think of good design, you might think of your favorite fashion designer or a beautiful home on something like Grand Designs.
I think a crosswalk, buttons.
What you probably don't think of is something like this. And I want to convince you today that Australia has designed not only the best pedestrian crossing button in the world, but that this is one of the best designed things to ever come out of Australia.
I wonder what Australians think about that. Is this the best thing to ever come out of Australia? The best design thing?
Let's do it. Yes, it might feel like a strange thing to get excited about, but let me have this one, because in a world of crosswalk buttons, none of them have anything on this. I'm talking about the PB.
The PB5 pedestrian button. Okay, I paused it because, you know, I like to try. I'm going to try and take a guess. Okay, for one thing, it's got to make some kind of noise for blind people or people who can't see well. It's got a, yeah, I wonder if that's going to be the angle that he takes, because all I see is a button. I don't see anything too special. Okay.
5 pedestrian.
Not much of a prediction, but
button, a type of auto-tactile pedestrian detector, or simply a crosswalk button. Now, this has been featured in museums, acclaimed by the media, and here's the thing. Even if you've never crossed a street in Australia, I'm willing to bet that you've heard it before. And that's all thanks to a surprising duet with Billie Eilish. I'll get to that. This design goes back to the 1970s when the New South Wales...
Oh, she used the sound in her video?
To a surprising duet with Billie Eilish. I'll get to that. This design goes back to the 1970s when the New South Wales Department of Roads were after a system that could help vision and hearing impaired pedestrians. So you might ask, what actually does make good design when it comes to...
I was going to say, see, I should have said hearing impaired. Like, but I guess they can just see the button and they can see the crosswalk light. So I don't know what else they need.
Something like a pedestrian crossing button. Let's start with the sound, and this is how Australian traffic crossings work. When you can't cross, the light is solid red and you get this regular clicking sound to indicate where the crossing is and to stop. When you can cross, it becomes the little green man and the buzzer sounds like this. And the final...
That's so weird. That is such an odd sound. Like, if I was blind and I found myself transported to Australia, I would think that was like a shopping cart with a wheel that's spinning around in a circle.
Little green man and the buzzer sounds like this.
It would definitely make me want to get away from it, you know?
And the final state is flashing red with no sound, which means you can finish crossing but don't start. And of course, people live in apartments right near streets and they have these buttons just outside their house. So you might wonder...
It sounds like a wire blowing in the wind hitting the pole.
How annoying is it that these things continue to beep? This sound system was designed by legendary Australian acoustic engineer Lewis Challis, who understood this challenge. Now, his other work included architectural acoustic design of buildings like Parliament House and Olympic Stadium.
Ooh, that's pretty.
So he designed a system that includes a microphone that takes in regular readings of the ambient sound and sets the volume to be audible above street noise but not be unnecessarily loud. When he created it, he was offered the right to patent this invention by the New South Wales Department of Main Roads, but he declined to do so, wanting it available as widely as possible at the lowest cost. One feature of these buttons is this. Now, this is a clear...
I did notice that little arrow up there. It looks like it can be rocked back and forth or something.
Clearly defined arrow which shows the direction of the crosswalk. Now, this plate can be adjusted.
Oh, it's for blind people.
Isn't always mounted with the crosswalk straight ahead. So this can say whether to cross left or right, and in some cases in either direction. Now, another feature with it is that this is actually a tactile arrow. So if you're vision impaired...
That took me a minute to catch on, okay? But I got it. It looks like it's got an indent in it so that it was like a button. But hey.
You feel for yourself which direction it runs in. And not only does it make a sound every time it beeps, but this vibrates. So if you're both vision impaired and hard of hearing, you can know when to cross.
Helen Keller would have no trouble making her way downtown in Australia.
One open secret of pedestrian buttons around the world is that pressing them doesn't always make a difference. Basically, the traffic engineers just turn on the crossing for each cycle. Normally this is done in busy areas or at busy times. So in the Melbourne CBD, this is the case at the majority of crossings most of the time. And this has actually become more common during COVID times to reduce the number of people needing to touch the button.
This pedestrian crossing is automatic. There's no need to push the button between these hours. Okay.
And there's another interesting
At least it tells
case.
you.
Some Orthodox Jews consider pushing these buttons or using any other electrical device to be work, something which shouldn't be done on the Sabbath. So in places
I would have never...
with a high Jewish population, they'll have the buttons set to be automatically on during these times.
I never would have thought about that.
And Melbourne has a few other twists on the PB5 design and crossings, including this tactile paving that lights up alongside the traffic light.
Whoa.
Something useful for people who are on their phones. And also...
Yeah, not smart to be walking across the road on your phone, but if you are, Australia is the best country to do it in.
repurposing the buttons into a speaker to give you tram updates. And the PB5 found its...
What was that? Did you see this dude's kneecaps? Whoa.
And also repurposing the buttons into a speaker to give you tram updates. And the PB5 found its way
Why is that in there?
into the top song of 2019, Billie Eilish's Bad Guy. Listen carefully for this sound. Right here.
Duh.
And rolling...
Okay. It's definitely got the same like beat and tempo and stuff. Is it actually? I thought it was snapping. Huh.
Yeah.
Duh.
Huh.
And Rolling Stones did an interview with Billie Eilish and Phineas O'Connell to explain exactly how this came to be.
My mom and I went for a walk in Sydney. We were like across the street from the hotel, and the Crosswalk is this little, like, you press it and it's like, doop, doop, and I was like, that's hard. That's the sound that it makes when you have to wait. And then I was not prepared for this part.
That is awesome.
Basically, like, put it
That sounds a lot different. I just had to say, coming through her phone than what I was hearing before. It sounded like some kind of mechanical noise.
into a quantized bar section, and then put samples on it so it was wider, and then it became.
All right, they need to credit that old man
The Australian media
with all the spectrograms and stuff behind him that came up with this, okay?
and Transport for New South Wales were pretty happy with this collaboration. So while the PB5 is indeed an impressive invention, including winning the Grammy for Song of the Year, maybe Australia isn't done improving on it just yet.
A young Malvern schoolgirl has come up with a clever invention to help stop the spread of germs. Grace created a Kick Me pedestrian button so people don't have to use their hands at traffic lights.
There you go, Grace.
Pedestrian button so people don't have to use their hands at traffic lights.
Genius. Give this girl the freaking Grammy.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please do subscribe. I've got more interesting videos about Melbourne, about cities, about...
Wow. Yeah, go subscribe to this guy. I like that video. That's pretty clever. I like the crosswalk, Australia. I see you. Here in America, crosswalk, nothing special. Just makes like a beep. And yeah, you guys took it somewhere different, you know. Your crosswalk, the beat goes really hard on your crosswalk. Ours is like just like meh, meh, nothing to see. Well, you learn something new, at least I do, about Australia every day. That's what I always say. You learn something new about Australia every day. Thank you for watching. I had a blast, is what I'm trying to say in this video with you. I don't know why I'm being so awkward. I'm just going to stop the video here. Thank you for watching, subscribing, whatever. You know, YouTube things. Bye.